here with Caspar Berry, our speaker of our last forum, which just finished, CEO Clubs the Next Gen 1, who talked to us about risk-taking and decision-making on the metaphor of poker. 2 words on that, please.
So I think poker is the perfect metaphor for decision-making, because when we're playing poker, we're allocating resources in a world of uncertainty. And that's all we're doing when we're decision making.
Great. 2 things I kept from what you said. The first one is knowing when to fold, which is what we call stop loss. Which then it's quite difficult to take the loss. You know, it's an ego thing. And the second thing is that we need to be very clear as to what the objective is. Is the objective to beat the best, or is the objective profitability?
Yeah. Both those things are massive and sort of sit in the substructures of what I'm talking about. The decisions that you make will always be the product of what you're hoping to achieve. You may or may not achieve that thing, but I'm going to give you an example. In poker, if you're having fun, and you want to have fun, you're going to take entirely different decisions to if you want to make money. Yep. Now, either of those are completely laudable goals, but here's what's not laudable. What's not laudable is going into a poker room saying that you want to make money and then making decisions as though you were someone who wants to have fun. Yeah. And I do actually think that a lot of companies, in the most respectful way, fall into that category, because they say they're profit maximizing, but then they actually eschew a lot of the risk that would be necessary to maximize profit. Yeah. I think folding, the second thing you took from it, is huge. Here's the interesting thing. When you're a speaker, you kind of have to hang your hat on like a big idea, right? In the early days of my life, I kind of hung it on taking action, right? Everything that I've said today is as much about folding as it is about taking action, but you've got to have sort of one big idea. And the reason I did that is because I thought that would be quite a taboo around folding, as if it was like quitting, right? And you've got to have the right level of challenge in your material. And I found out over 15 years, you know, some people don't like the challenge that I put to them. What's interesting is, and I don't think it would have worked 15 years ago, but now I think there is huge appetite for getting to grips with folding, with understanding, okay, we're going to take some risk. That involves some things not working. Yeah. How do we become an organisation that orients towards folding more effectively?
I think it's more connected to choosing the battles instead of failing.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. But I think it also, you're right, but I think it also involves an admission that we failed at something. You know, in a poker hand, you can go, well, the heart didn't come, so I fold. But actually, it's not always. You might be going, they've got a better hand, and you might sometimes be going, I thought I had a better hand, but I don't. Yeah. And this is how I'm going to save money. You know, because you play poker, but sometimes applying that to business, we have, I think, particularly in England, actually, because of this history of, you know, empire and everything, is this kind of never give up, Churchillian, such bad advice. Yeah. You know, not giving up means not allocating all these resources into something else that might be much more profitable.
One of our members asked me, being thrilled from the speech, he said, what do you think is the worst thing that can happen in poker? My answer was to be the one with the second best hand.
Yes, the second best hand is the worst hand in poker. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Do you have another one?
No, I think the second best hand, that's my line. I say, what's the worst hand in poker? And everyone goes, 7-2 offsuit. And it's like, no, the worst hand in poker is the second best hand. I'll tell you the other thing is refining that. Is having just the second best hand. Yeah. Like if someone's got 4 of a kind and you've got 2 pairs, it's easy to lay it down because, you know, and you don't mind losing. It's when you've got 2 aces with a queen and they've got 2 aces with a king. Those are the ones that will kill you, when it's just second best.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last question, which is our traditional one. If you were to come up with a song that you love and could be the soundtrack of this meeting, which would that be? Any choices?
God, that's a really difficult one. There's a track by Prokofiev. Because it had a kind of nice rhythm to it. It was quite quiet, this session. I don't mean that in a bad way. I think because some of my humour is always going to be a little bit idiomatic, so some jokes didn't quite come across. But I thought that I'm choosing that Prokofiev track because I think it's quite a thoughtful piece of music. There's a nice little dance to it. And I hope the audience took the points on board in quite a thoughtful way.
Okay. Thank you very much. Hope to see you soon back in Bucharest. Thank you very much for watching this interview.